Hi, everyone. My name is Alyssa Christian. I am a business associate in Bond's Syracuse office. On this week's webinar, I presented on the current status of the Corporate Transparency Act, which as of today, January 7th, 2025, is on hold due to a nationwide injunction. This means that while the injunction is in place, reporting companies do not need to file their beneficial ownership information reports or update any reports that were previously filed. I want to stress that this is only while the injunction is in place, because in the last 2 weeks, there has been quite a bit of back and forth as to whether the injunction should be in place while the Fifth Circuit determines the constitutionality of the Corporate Transparency Act. So as a refresher, the Corporate Transparency Act was enacted to help the government investigate and prevent tax evasion, money laundering, and fraud. It has a very sweeping reach and requires most businesses to file a report disclosing their ownership to the government. Originally, these reports were due by January 1st, 2025 for all reporting companies that were in existence before 2024. The original injunction that was issued in early December prevented this deadline from taking place, and the injunction was temporarily lifted on December 23rd until it was put back in place on December 26th. So as of right now, we are waiting for the Supreme Court to weigh in on whether the injunction should be in place, and we are expecting a decision on that probably sometime next week. While it is possible that the injunction will remain in place, it is also possible that it could be lifted. And as we've seen in the last few weeks, it's unclear what the timeline would look like for reporting. So we are encouraging everyone to be at least semi-prepared to file in case the injunction is lifted and there's a short turnaround. If you'd like to hear more about the current status of the CTA, I encourage you to watch the full recording of this week's webinar, where you'll also hear from some of my colleagues on some other interesting topics. But as always, please reach out with any questions, and I'd be happy to help with your Corporate Transparency Act requirements. Thanks.